As we get ready for a huge East Central Ohio League football game between the Cambridge Bobcats and the New Philadelphia Quakers. Scott Robinson along with Roger Dominic as we get ready to bring you a contest between two undefeated teams. The New Philadelphia Quakers coming into the game 7-0, while the Cambridge Bobcats at 6-0. They had one game that was flooded out, I guess, basically, against Wheeling Park, Roger, but huge computer points, huge prestige in the league. One of the biggest games so far this season.
Yeah, Scott, this is actually going to be a gigantic one. And really, when you look at these two programs, probably the biggest ball game both of these teams have been in for a few years. So both of these programs really progressing and doing a nice job. Quakers coming in tonight, as we said, everything's building up to that Week 10, but this is one of those weeks they can't afford to slip up with so much on the line. Not just ECOL now, but the playoffs as well.
Quakers have been an offensive juggernaut as they've been averaging nearly 45 points a game, giving up less than 6 points a game on defense throughout the season. Their wins over Indian Creek, Collinwood, Edison, Claymont, Indian Valley, Meadowbrook, and last week Riverview. And what a season it's been for Chad Franklin. He has really done it all for him.
Yeah, over 1,000 yards rushing already, and he has been the stir that mixes this drink for Philly. The offense is geared around their running game. They've got to be able to run it, and not only Chad Franklin, but that massive offensive line, Scott, that they have at Philly. So tonight that's going to be a big key against a team like Cambridge, who might be a little bit quicker than Philly.
You know, we talk about Chad Franklin a little bit. 23 carries, 223 yards, 3 touchdowns last week against Riverview, and certainly a big game there. 1,053 yards on the season with 2 games remaining. Yeah,
2 games remaining, and he's going to have to play well in the remaining ball games for New Philadelphia, as we'll talk about after we get through all the pregame hype and get the kickoff actually underway.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with more here on Adelphia Cable TV 2.
CambridgeBobcatFootball.com.
Taking a look at the Cambridge Bobcats under head coach Rick Goodrich. As we mentioned, they are 6-0 on the season, 3-0 in the East Central Ohio League, as compared to the Quakers, who are 7-0, 3-0 under second-year head coach Matt Dennison. Bobcats wins over Philo, Marietta, Indian Valley, Union Local. Big win over Dover in overtime 2 weeks ago, and then last week they pasted Coshocton 41-14. Offensively, they're averaging better than 40 points a game, giving up 14 points defensively. They finished the season with Claymont and Meadowbrook, so you've got to figure if Cambridge gets past New Philadelphia in this contest, they probably go 10-0.
Yeah, a ton riding on this game for both ball clubs, Cambridge as well. The big advantage, I think, for Cambridge, Scott, is this is it for them as far as the big games go. They've got their big rivalry with Meadowbrook left, which those rivalry games, as we know, can get a little bit weird, but if they get a victory tonight, they've already beaten Dover, they would notch up Philly, of course they'd win the conference, so I think maybe just a little bit more pressure on the Bobcats tonight, but in any way you look at it, a very good football team.
Take a look at some of the individual statistics for the Bobcats. Quarterback Ben Fowler passed just 40 times on the season, completed 26 of those passes for 538 yards and 4 touchdowns. Running back, Cambridge run-oriented team. Stephen Ford leads the pack, 117 carries for 813 yards, nearly 7 yards per carry and 12 touchdowns. Dustin Rose, 87 carries for 565 yards, 6.5 yards per carry, 8 touchdowns. Fowler also averaging nearly 6 yards a carry and 5 scores. Receiving, Ryan Kafuri, 10 catches, 189 yards, and 2 touchdowns. So certainly tilted a lot more toward the run, the Cambridge Bobcats.
Yeah, they like to run a very neat variation of the wishbone, and boy, the one thing Cambridge has got is quickness, and as you said, in Ford and Rose, they've got guys who can turn the corner. You look at it this season, Rose with the 90-yard touchdown run this year already. Ford's got a 72-yard one, so you got a 2-man kind of combo that can really create pressure for your defense. And Scott, this is my 4th or 5th time seeing the Quakers. The one thing they probably haven't seen as we see them come out on the field is they have not dealt with quickness yet. So tonight will be a big test, I feel, in that area.
You know, we also have some people we need to thank tonight for making this broadcast possible, right?
Yeah, we are taking a simulcast feed from the good folks here at Cambridge Cable Channel 2. Of course, we've done it over the years with the basketball games down here, and this year for the first time since I've been affiliated with TV2, coming down to Cambridge and doing a game. So we want to make sure we thank those good folks over there for always treating us with the best hospitality imaginable.
So we are just a couple of moments away from the start of our ball game. The New Philadelphia Quakers in the white uniforms and the black helmets. The Cambridge Bobcats wearing blue tonight as their home uniforms. And certainly one of the things in the works here at Cambridge, they're turning the old high school where the stadium is located into a YMCA area with a pool and some other multi-purpose rooms and big changes here at Cambridge.
Yeah, and another thing I've noticed down here as well, too, Scott, a big commitment in the sports medicine industry. They've got 2 or 3 different sports medicine systems set up down here that interact with the school. So it is a very nice complex now over here where the old high school used to be.
Rainy nights, and certainly that will have an effect on the game. We'll take a quick break. We'll come back with more here as you stay with us on Adelphia Cable TV 2. Certainly, as Roger mentioned, one of the biggest games between these two teams in a long time. And if New Philadelphia can get by the Bobcats, certainly sets up a huge battle in Week 10 of the football season.
Yeah, and I really, I've been so impressed with the Quakers this year. They're physical. They've got a little bit of a nasty streak about them. They'll come up, they'll pop you. But like you said, Scott, it's not just doing it physically on the field. They've got to get over some mental hurdles. And as we said, first big game that the Quakers have been in for quite some time, so they've got to come out with the mental frame of mind and doing it here at a tough place at McFarland Stadium.
Brad Smith will drop back deep for the New Philadelphia Quakers as he gets ready to receive the kick from Mike Doherty of the Bobcats. And certainly Brad Smith has done his share of damage on the receiving teams, and certainly I think they'll probably try, as they have in previous weeks, to try and kick it away from him.
Yeah, something, Scott, we've talked about in the Philly game that we did, and I've talked about in other ones. One of the things Philly's doing well this year, getting points out of their special teams units and their defense, so we'll see if that happens tonight.
Well, let's pick your poison, because Chad Franklin back there as well. So either one certainly can make an impact in a hurry. Brad Smith did return a touchdown on the opening kickoff against Indian Valley just a few weeks ago. So here we go with the start of a huge East Central Ohio League football game in Week 8 of the high school football season.
I got goosebumps, Scott. I mean, this one I just think it's going to be one for the ages.
And those are big goosebumps.
Okay, we started already.
Doherty's kick is going to be short. It'll be fielded by Franklin back at the 10. And the Bobcats look like they've got it covered. Back inside the 10, about the 7-yard line, where New Philadelphia will start this drive.
And we see the first indication of what kind of shape the field's in. It has rained all day down here in Cambridge today. Field's taken a lot of water. This area got really hurt by all the rain and flooding we had. So a slow field tonight, which I think is advantage Philly, but we'll see.
Tentative starting lineup here for the New Philadelphia Quakers on offense. Ron Ross and Jesse Haney at the tackle spots. Jim Woods and Andrew Burkhart the guards. Ben Carlisle the center. Coming wide to the left is Sandy Lands, the receiver. In the backfield, it'll be Lucas Moreland along with Franklin. Alex Miser, the quarterback. And he'll hand it straight ahead to Franklin. Franklin spins away from a couple of tackles, moves the pile forward out across the 10, maybe out to the 13 or 14-yard line, where it'll be second down.
Well, and you see the
nice individual effort there, 6-yard gain.
Yeah, and you see the one thing there that a lot of people will be surprised about Franklin, his ability to move the pile, and he certainly did it there, spinning ahead, getting about 2 or 3 extra.
Well, he's got a big opportunity to move the pile because of his offensive line.
Those boys are big.
They have some big fellas there. Second down and 4 for the Quakers, just underway. No score here in the first quarter. Miser calling the signals. The handoff. Franklin gets nailed right at the line of scrimmage as it's number 52, Matt Lyons, making the big stick on Franklin.
Oh, boy. You talk about smack him in the teeth. Wow.
So loss of a couple there. It'll be third down and a long 5 with under 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Cambridge Bobcats making a statement early.
Yeah, and they keep playing that growling noise across that scoreboard. Scares me. I feel like I'm at Penn State.
Miser rolling to his right, looks downfield in trouble, gets the pass away. It's caught by the Quakers and out across the 30 to the 31-yard line. And trying to catch who might have caught the pass there.
Looked like Sandiland, Scott, I think, was on that reception.
All right, well, it's been a while since they've cleaned the press box windows here.
What, we got windows?
Either that or it's awful foggy. I'm not sure. First down and 10 for the Quakers at the 31-yard line. Mice with a handoff to Franklin. Slips through a couple of tacklers out across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. So a nice gain on first down for the Quakers. As it's out to the 35, gain of 4. It'll be second down and 6.
I think if you're Coach Matt Dennison, you like the start of this game. You converted a big third down early on so you don't go 3 and out. Got your quarterback in the game, and the running game's gaining 4 or 5 yards a pop.
Quakers have it in tight in the I formation behind Miser. In motion to the left side is Smith. The handoff straight ahead to Franklin, jumps over the line, then gets nailed at about the 37-yard line, and that'll bring up another third down. Quakers passed just enough, Roger, to get themselves out of trouble. As you can see, the field conditions just starting to deteriorate from our picture.
Yeah, and for the first time we can really see the rain kind of blowing across the field. But you're right, Scott. They like to go vertical with their passing game, but as you said, they use it to keep those safeties honest and keep the middle of the field open for that running game.
Sandilands and Brand Smith wide to the left side. The eye behind Miser on third down and 4. We got a penalty flag. And if this would go against the Bobcats, which it appears it might, that would be a first down for the Quakers. So it will be offsides against Cambridge and an easy first down for New Philadelphia.
And that is our first penalty of this ball game.
So the Quakers have converted 2 third downs. One on the pass play, the other by penalty, and it's first down and 10 for New Philadelphia out at the 42-yard line, where the Quakers try and keep this drive alive. A little over 9 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. As Casey Abel comes in motion to the left side, the handoff to Franklin. They'll work the left side, has some running room, cuts it to the outside in midfield, and he's got a clear path. He's got one man to beat, cuts back inside, and take it down at the 40, actually the 21-yard line.
Boy, and what a block he got, Scott, out there on the perimeter by Casey Abel that enabled him to gain about 10, 15 more yards.
Looks like about a 37-yard run by Chad Franklin. And it's another first down and 10 deep in Cambridge territory at the 21-yard line. The I formation behind Miser. Sandilands wide to the left side here on first down. The handoff to Moreland. He'll hang on to it, wraps it up. And Cambridge will wrap him up at about the 18-yard line. Getting up from the bottom of the pile, Justin Britnell of the Bobcats. One of their defensive tackles making the stop there.
I like one thing Matt Dennison does that I really like is he gets his fullback involved in the game, carrying the ball, and of course when you got a fullback like Lucas Moreland, he's not going to hurt you.
Gain of 4, second down and 6. As the Quakers, Aaron Victor in motion. The handoff to Franklin. They seal the corner, but the safety comes from behind, picks him up, and puts him down, and might be lucky to have gotten back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, a nice play there for the Bobcats, number 40, Kirk Weatherall, as he comes up and makes a strong tackle on an elusive runner.
36.
So loss of maybe a couple there, and it'll be third down, 6. And Abel and Sandilands wide to the left side. The eye behind Miser. Big play. Quakers have a great kicking game.
Oh, my God!
An absolute drill. And Franklin got nailed by the Bobcats.
I don't know what Matt Lyons ate tonight, but I certainly wouldn't feed it to him before a date. I mean, this boy, he's beating the tar out of people.
That is probably the toughest tackle I may have seen in 10 years. And you can see it at ground level here, so give you one more look at it. Absolutely the perfect technique and tackle.
Oh, great camera work, too, by our crew here. Great coverage.
Quakers going to go for it on 4th down and 9. Miser being pressured, rolling to his right. Throws across the middle of the field, wide open. Caught, touchdown, Quakers. To Brant Smith. A 21-yard pitch and catch between Miser and Smith on 4th down.
And Scott, like we said, their passing game, they like to go vertical with it. I don't know how Smith gets that wide open, but boy, a great job by Miser locating him as he's buying time.
So Brant Smith with the touchdown catch. Arthur Zerker on to try the extra point. High snap. They get the spot down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So, with 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter, New Philadelphia jumps out to the quick lead over the Cambridge Bobcats, 7-0. We'll be back with more here on Adelphia Cable TV 2. New Philadelphia Quakers with a 7-0 lead, prepare to kick off as Arthur Zerker ready to boot it downfield. And it will be Stephen Ford and Ryan Kafuri back deep for the Bobcats as Zerker will send it the way of Ford. He's got it about his 15-yard line to the 20, running to the right side and taken down at about the 27-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Cambridge Bobcats. The Bobcats, big offensive threat.
Take a look, Scott, at that touchdown once again. They run that boot, which they like to run the boot, get Miser out. And as we said, just all alone out there for the Quakers, Brant Smith.
Quakers across the line in the last couple of weeks have had some changes. Kurt Urban returns. Certainly has solidified the Quaker D-line. The Bobcats with Ben Fowler at quarterback, Stephen Ford and Dustin Rose in the eye. Fowler rolling to his right, looking to pass under pressure. He's going to be taken down back at the 17-yard line as Mark Sexton there, along with Mitch Clark for the Quakers.
Yeah, and I think Mr. Fowler just realized he's not going to be able to get too happy back there. Boy, nice job by Sexton, and then a great job cleaning it up.
So it'll be 2nd down and 20 after the loss of 10 plus. And now Fowler has put his team in a hole here. 2nd down and 20. Of course, he had the element of surprise. The surprise was the blitz by the Quakers. As the handoff straight ahead as Ford gets through the line. And the pile pushed forward. Urban and the other Quakers
got a rugby match.
Finally, it looked like a rugby scrum. You're right. It was more that, but it was a big gain for the Bobcats on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down at about 7. So a gain of 13 on that play for Stephen Ford.
Well, and as we said, Scott, Ford comes in the leading rusher with 813 yards on the season. He's also scored 12 touchdowns.
Third down and 7. Big play early for the Bobcats there in the eye. The fake handoff. They'll go around the outside to Kafuri. He is going to be very close to the first down. Loses the football. And no signal from the officials yet. And it will be apparently 4th down. So I'll have to bring on the chains. At least we hope it's 4th down.
Yeah, Cambridge recovered it, and you're right, Scott. Actually, no, now they're saying 1st, and you see the ball was loose early there. And a nice job by the Bobcats to get on it, but I think the fumble actually got them the first down.
First down, yep, you're right. So it will be a 1st and 10 for the Bobcats as they make a first down the hard way.
Well, the Bobcats, Scott, has certainly showed their playbook early in this one. Tried to run that little boot pass on first. They run a reverse. So if you're the Quakers, you got to stay disciplined.
Ryan Kafuri, the leading receiver, turns into a running back, and they hand off straight ahead that time to, I believe it was Stephen Ford. Checking it was Rose, rather.
Number 62, Ryan Blankenship.
So it'll be 2nd and 7 as the ball carrier that time, actually number 13, Roger?
27, Bo
27.
Hill.
Okay, Bo Hill.
Oh, Bo. Bo knows football.
So it'll be 2nd down and 7.
Bo knows football and Roger knows pizza.
42-yard line for Cats.
Again, the handoff straight ahead. Ford some running room, has the first down across midfield. And he is wrapped up by Sandilands, and also there at the bottom of the pile, Brant Smith. So the chains will move again for the Bobcats.
Tell you what,
3:43 to play here in the first quarter.
Mr. Ford showing he can move the chains as well and move some guys when he has to. He's got a quick burst through that hole.
And number 8, Brant Smith on the stop for New Philadelphia. First down and 10 for the Bobcats, ball on the 38-yard line.
So it's 1st down and 10 for the Bobcats. The handoff straight ahead again to, looks like Bo Hill again.
Number 27, Bo Hill.
A little bit unusual. We have not seen Dustin Rose so far.
Stop at number 62, Ryan Blankenship.
And a gain of 6 for the Bobcats. It'll be 2nd down and 4.
Scott, we take a look at the stats that we were provided with. Hill on the seasons only carried the ball 4 times for a total of 16 yards, so being used here early in this one.
The eye behind Fowler on 2nd down and 5. Bobcats in Quaker territory at the 43-yard line. And the handoff straight ahead to Ford. That time, not much running room. And the tackle made there by Corey Swinnerman, making the stop. Gain of maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd down and 3.
50 ticket number. It's a blue ticket, number 570.
Well, the Quakers can't be surprised what they've run into. Cambridge, very good football team.
Yeah, and oddly enough, we're seeing both offensive lines dominate early. Philly's line dominated early, and it looks like Cambridge's is having the advantage right now.
A handoff straight ahead to Ford, and he will look like have enough. Really depends on the spot right now, but it looks like he's got enough to move the chains again.
Yeah, he needed 3, Scott, and he probably got about 3.5 or 4.
They'll bring out the chains anyway here.
Once again, that
Make sure.
ticket number is
Looking at the spot, it's going to be very, very close.
Yeah, he might have got a left foot when he wanted a right foot in that situation.
This really first bad weather we've had for most of the high school football season.
Yeah, it's been a beautiful summer and into fall, and as you said, today, though, the weather a little bit nasty out there right now.
So it is going to be short on 4th down and on 3rd down, so it'll be 4th down. And you've got to think the Bobcats here will go for it.
Oh, yeah, they'll go for it. They got to think with their running game, they're going to get a chance for Philly here to step up and make a play. A little momentum change early in this one.
So 4th down, less than 1. And the Bobcats in the eye with Ford the deep back. Fowler will take the snap, take it himself, and should have enough to get the first down.
Looks like you might have got it. See what the officials say.
Just took a step back, then went off right guard. And that should be enough to move things forward.
Yeah, Fowler.
They're going to take an official's timeout.
Wow.
They're going to measure this.
It looks like the marker is actually on the hash, and the football is beyond that hash mark. So
certainly hope the man in the white hat didn't drive down. They'd have a problem getting home.
It's goodbye football.
I don't know. Maybe he's, maybe forgot his glasses or they're steamed up because of the rain.
1st down and 10 for the Bobcats at the Quaker 38-yard line as we begin to wind down this first quarter of action. Only 1:54 left in the opening period. Two teams that really run the ball a lot. The clock moves a lot faster. Fowler looks at the option, has to take it himself. Quakers did a great job of defending it. And then he'll tuck and run to about the 36 for a gain of 2.
Yeah, great job defensively by New Philly on that, as they took away the toss and they had the quarterback all bottled up, so it really didn't hurt him at all.
New Philly scored on its opening drive. You saw it 7-0 over Cambridge right now, but the Bobcats on the move deep in Quaker territory at the 36-yard line. So the I formation with Hill, the fullback, Ford, the deep back. He'll take the handoff off right side. Has some running room. One man to beat. Spin move. And taken down on a sure tackle by Brant Smith at the 25-yard line. But a penalty flag. He is down.
Yeah, wait and see. It was almost thrown, Scott. It looks like where usually you see holding, but we'll see.
And that is the case. So that will back the Bobcats up, as the Quakers will no doubt take the penalty, since the play would have given the Bobcats another first down.
Yeah.
So this will be a big infraction, as they'll mark it off all the way back to the 44-yard line. So the Bobcats will have an opportunity to continue the drive, but certainly in a lot more difficult position than they were on the last play.
Yeah, and both of these offenses, second and third and long isn't their strong suit, so they try to stay out of it as much as possible.
2 wideouts to the left for the Bobcats. The handoff straight ahead to Ford. He'll try to pick a hole and get just about to the line of scrimmage, the original line, but he'll be stopped at the 40. Quakers do a great job of stacking that up.
Number 32, Corey Swinterman.
As Corey Swinterman with the tackle. And now it'll be 3rd down and 12 after a gain of 4. I don't think we'll likely see another play here. They'll probably let the clock run down.
And from what we see too by the flag, Scott, Cambridge will be moving with the wind to start this second quarter.
Yeah, we'll see. There's still some time on the clock. They go with a quick snap. We might see one more play here, and they'll get one off. Fowler rolling to his right, looks across the middle, has a man there. It's caught. And the Bobcats close to the first down, as the catch made by Doug Lanzer, the tight end. And he is just short of the first down. And that will be the end of the first period of play, with New Philadelphia leading Cambridge 7-0. We'll take a timeout. Be back with more in a moment on Adelphia Cable TV 2. As we get ready to start the second period of action, the Cambridge Bobcats faced with a 4th and short. New Philadelphia leading at 7-0.
Scott, we've been doing a lot of games. This is the first time I've ever seen a game where both teams have had one possession in the first quarter. Philly had one and went 91 yards. Cambridge started on their own 27, and they're still continuing it. So the clock is not going to be real happy to you if you get behind in this one.
The I formation behind Fowler. And the handoff to Ford straight ahead, has plenty of room. And will pick up another first down for the Cambridge Bobcats.
Yeah, and Ford right now is really running well. He's got 6 carries, Scott, already for 36 yards.
Just found a crack off the right side there. Slithered through and made the best of it.
He's similar to Franklin, isn't he? As you take a look at it here, Cambridge, right here's where Cambridge is winning it right now, folks. They're moving people off that line of scrimmage.
And the handoff to Ford again, this time behind his left guard, and a short gain on first down.
Number 52,
as we come back to live action.
And number 7, James Laner on the stop.
So the Quakers need to step it up along the line of scrimmage in an effort to hold the Bobcats here. Not sure what type of kicking game the Bobcats have, but on a rainy night like this, any points you can put on the board certainly are a good thing, particularly here in the first half of action.
Yeah, very good point there.
So the I Ford, the deep back, Fowler under center. A handoff to Ford, slicing through. The Quakers make the big stop. And that play by Mark Sexton from his linebacker spot came right through.
Number 19, Mark Sexton Jr. on the stop.
And boy, that is a nice job by Sexton there. You know what they're doing, Scott, is they're running the opposite of their fullback, using a little bit of deception. They're sending their fullback left and the tailback's coming back right. Not really a counter, but that's what it almost kind of plays out like.
Here on 3rd down and 9, Fowler drops back, looks to the outside, has a man there. It's caught by the Bobcats, and it's a touchdown. As the Bobcats come up with a big play, Ryan Kafuri catches the 21-yard pass from Ben Fowler.
And how even, Scott, are these teams? Cambridge scores on a 21-yard touchdown pass, just like Philly did earlier.
Two teams are pretty even so far as Doherty comes on to try the extra point. So this one is living up to its billing. Low snap, the kick is up, and the kick is just over the crossbar. We'll take a timeout with the score tied at 7-7 between Cambridge and New Philly. Back with more on Adelphia Cable TV 2. And Mike Doherty getting ready to kick off here with 10:08 to go in the second quarter of action. His extra point barely clearing the crossbar, but good enough to not to score 7 apiece.
Yeah, when you look at it, Scott, a missed extra point could be huge in a game like this.
Ball will dribble through. It'll be picked up by Smith. Smith has the running room to the 40, the 45, cuts it back to the left side, and he'll be taken down in Bobcat territory at the 40-yard line. And the Quakers, again, get a great return from Brand Smith.
Oh, he has been so huge for them all year. I think he's got 3 or 4 kicks returned this year for touchdowns, and just has constantly set them up in great position, and also great blocking here. See Smith there. Look at guys are looking behind him to hit people.
He just got through the rushing tacklers so fast that they really didn't have a chance. They had to play catch-up, and there you see Weatherell making the stop in Cambridge territory. 1st down and 10 for the Quakers. They're in the eye. Abel wide to the right side. The handoff. Franklin lost, and Cambridge has the football. That time Miser just could never get the football to Franklin. And it will be a turnover on the Quakers. You got to expect that with the way the weather conditions are this evening.
Yeah, and when you look at it, they're trying to run that stretch, it looks like, Scott, and it looks like Franklin just never got it cleanly.
So turnovers always play a big role in any football game, and we'll see what the Bobcats can do with this one. With 9:52 to go here before halftime.
1st and 10 ball on the 42-yard line.
The handoff straight ahead, penalty flag down.
There's a flag in the backfield.
I think there
Here
was
in the second quarter, looks like it's Rose making his first appearance.
Procedure against the
And
Cats.
Dustin Rose will have that gain wiped out, as it's probably going to be a penalty against the Bobcats.
Yeah, they said there was some motion there, Scott. That's Cambridge's 3rd penalty in this ball game, and New Philly yet to get a flag.
So, illegal shift against
Procedure against the Cats. Moves the ball back 5
the
yards.
Bobcats. It'll be a 5-yarder. It'll be 1st down and 15 from their own 37-yard line.
Well, the Quaker defense got to step up here, make a play. Cambridge's defense did that for their offense. Now Philly got to get it back.
So Fowler with the eye behind him. The handoff to Ford. Ford breaks the tackle to the 45, to 50. One man to beat, turns the Jets on, and is brought down at the 25-yard line. The tackle, actually the touchdown-saving tackle, made by Preston Smith.
38-yard run, Scott, on that, as you see it right here. Nice job by Ford breaking the tackle and then getting in the open field and using that speed.
And you can just see the Quaker defenders slipping and sliding all over the field. They can't get footing, and it works both ways, though. The Bobcats having the same trouble.
Ford now with 9 carries for 76 yards here in this first half.
So the Bobcats have a first down and 10 at the Quaker 25-yard line. And boy, you see a huge momentum swing after that turnover. The Bobcats get a huge play.
Yeah, when you're playing a team that's just evenly matched with you, that's all it takes is one turnover, one bad penalty, and momentum can swing away real fast, and especially on the road, too.
They hand off the left side to Ford. Ford wrapped up. James Lahner there.
Number 7, James Lahner on the stop.
Also, it looks like Brant Smith in there. The numbers becoming a little obscured on the Quaker jerseys because of the mud on the field.
Tell you what, Scott, of course, this is the first time I've had a chance to see Cambridge this year, but Mr. Ford is a pretty impressive running back.
He is definitely doing a nice job, and only a sophomore.
Well, that's a bonus.
So the Bobcats with it, second down and 5. The handoff to Ford, cuts across the middle. Cuts it back toward the center of the field and inside the 5-yard line. Another nice run by Stephen Ford, setting the Bobcats up first down and goal.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, I don't know if our folks here at Cambridge Channel 2 are going to run a replay on that, but the blocking at the point of attack was textbook by that Cambridge offensive line, and the hole was gigantic. All Ford had to do was get in it and then get going.
So Hill and Ford in the backfield behind Fowler. First down and goal from the 4. Game tied at 7 here in the second quarter with 8 minutes to play. Straight ahead, Ford. Stop short, maybe a gain of a yard as the Quaker defense piles them up. Preston Smith is there also at the bottom of the pile. There's number 62, Ryan Blankenship.
Mark Sexton Jr. Number 62.
So it'll be second down. Looks like no gain, actually.
Ball on the 4-yard line.
Philly needs a big play from one of those linebackers in the backfield here, Sky. Take away a little bit of this momentum.
They need a turnover in the worst way right here. Fowler's going to take it himself, and he'll cut it up inside for the touchdown. 4-yard run by Ben Fowler. And the Cambridge Bobcats have taken the lead here, 13-7 with the extra point yet to come.
Yeah, and a nice job by Fowler. I tell you what, he faked me out. I thought Ford had it heading up between the tackles. Great ball fake, and he got to the edge and then made a nice move to get in the end zone.
So Doherty on to try the extra point out of Fowler's hole. Good snap, the kick is up, and that kick is good. So it's 14-7, Cambridge leading New Philadelphia. We'll have more high school football right after this on Adelphia Cable TV 2. Back to McFarland Stadium in Cambridge. 7:24 to play here in the second quarter. The Bobcats just completing another drive off a turnover of the Quakers, capped off by a 4-yard run by Ben Fowler. Doherty the extra point, 14-7 Cambridge.
Yeah, turnovers just kill you, Scott, in big games.
Into the wind, and the Quakers field it, but nowhere to go. Looks like Chad Franklin had it and came down to his knees after slipping on the turf at about the 24-yard line.
There's that great play fake by Fowler, and then as we said, he gets out to the edge, makes a nice little cut right there, and gets himself into the end zone.
So the Quakers look to answer the Bobcats. Bobcats have had 2 drives. They've got 2 touchdowns, and you can just see the rain being driven by the wind. A miserable night for a football game. The straight ahead give to, looks like Franklin, out across the 25 to maybe the 27-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3, second down 7.
And Franklin, of course, last time he touched it, he fumbled it, so wanting to atone for his mistake.
I'm sure there's been some discussion on the sideline between times the offense has been out on the field to make sure they wrap it up. When you go through the middle of the line, make sure the handoffs are good. All those things that you have to do on a night like this that in conditions you don't normally see. Victor in motion to the right side. The handoff again to Franklin. Backside handoff, not much there as the Bobcats there. As Doug Lunzer comes out of there with it, but they'll say that Franklin was down. And it will be third down and about 8 for the Quakers.
One of the things I talked about, Scott, all year was how I was impressed with the way the Quakers come up and they smack you in the mouth. I got news for you, New Philadelphia fans. Tonight, Cambridge is coming up and doing a little slapping on you. I mean, they're sticking people, so Philly got to answer that intensity.
Miser dropping straight back under the blitz. Gets past one defender, has a man open in the middle of the field. It's going to be close and depends on the spot. As the catch made by Franklin on the pass from Miser, and it looks like it is going to be enough to be a first down. The chains will move, and I'll tell you what, Quakers have not passed often, but Alex Miser has done a good job evading the blitz and finding the right guy to get him enough yardage to keep the drive alive.
Yeah, Miser 3 for 3 in the game. As you said, Scott hasn't thrown it much. He's got 45 yards and a touchdown, so he's been very efficient.
First down and 10 for the Quakers at their own 34-yard line. Just a driving rain on a windy night. The handoff straight ahead to Moreland.
Number 45.
And he'll open up some more room out to about the 39-yard line. Gain of 4, second down and 6.
Number 77, Justin Brittenell on that stop.
You know, one of the things that'd be interesting to see, we've seen Moreland now a couple of times. We've seen Franklin, they tried to get him out to the edge. Be interesting to see if Philly doesn't come with a little bit of their own style, the option. Maybe try to get Miser out on that edge.
Brand Smith out to the left side, along with Sandilands. The handoff straight ahead to Franklin. Franklin gained some positive yardage out across the 40 to about the 42-yard line. And it will be third down and short. Third down about 2. Cambridge leading New Philadelphia 14-7 with 4.5 minutes to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, don't go to the refrigerator in this one, folks. You might miss a possession or two.
Casey Abel bringing the play in for head coach Matt Dennison of the Quakers. Sandilands wide to the left side. Abel comes to the right side. The eye behind Miser here on third down and 2. Abel in motion to the left side. And it's Franklin diving over the pile, has it up for the first down at the 49-yard line. The Quaker offensive line doing the job, opening a gap there that Franklin could squeeze through to get the first down.
Oh, nice run, too. Did a little hurdle job. Lowered the shoulder there at the end, spun, and got that first down. Once again, you see now that just like we said, Cambridge offensive line dominating, Philly offensive line doing a great job of creating some creases, and then Franklin does a great job getting through and picking up the first down.
14-7, Cambridge leading New Philly. New Philly on the drive as Victor in motion to the left side. I formation, Miser rolling to his left. They seal the corner. Miser's throw is tipped away as Fowler nearly picked it off. And that one almost went the opposite way.
Yeah, you might not want to lob that one out there as you take a look at it.
Might have had some room to run there as well.
Yeah, and the one thing about Miser is he's not run first, pass second. When the pass play comes in, he's looking to make completions because they have been so good at throwing the ball downfield.
Second down and 10. And I don't think any of us can appreciate how tough the conditions are to try and throw the football.
Certainly not sitting in this press
box. With the draw play. Penalty flag down. Franklin taken down at the line of scrimmage. And penalty flag in the backfield. That usually means one thing, and that's a holding call.
And it'll be interesting to see if they take this spot or decline it.
Well, you've got to think on a night like tonight, they might make it second down and 20.
Not good. Yeah, you're right there. And that's what they're going to do right here.
They're going to push it back in a field possession game at 3:35 to go here in the second quarter.
And like you said, Scott, the rain continues, the wind continues. You got to think the only thing this field's going to do is get progressively worse. So the field position battle becomes very important in this one.
Well, when you think that the holding penalty is marked off from the actual spot of the foul, it's now a significant penalty, actually more like about a 14-yard penalty as opposed to a 10-yard penalty, so it's second down and 24.
Philly's first penalty in the game.
Comes at a critical time. Miser rolling to his left, linebacker blitz. Miser gets drilled. Pass is intercepted by Fowler. And Fowler will bring it back to the Quaker 37-yard line. And Alex Miser of the Quakers took a tremendous hit as he threw that football.
Yeah, he got smoked, and I don't know if it was Lions again. I couldn't tell there on that look, but a nice job by the Bobcats reacting to the deflection. Boy, just shooting themselves in the foot.
After seeing the Quakers a couple of times this season, I really I thought they had what it took against the Bobcats. They may still come out on top, but I'm very impressed with the Bobcats that played here in the first half.
I agree, Scott. I agree wholeheartedly. Cambridge, good football team.
The I formation, the handoff, straight ahead to Ford, nowhere to go. Quakers bring him down, and at the bottom of the pile there is Jim Litz making the stop. No gain, second down and 10.
And like I said, and it's not picking on the young men, but I just don't think Philly, man for man, is matching the intensity of Cambridge. Now, that could be because Cambridge, as we said, they've already went to Dover, played in a big game atmosphere. Philly's really yet to do that, so might be a little bit of jitters just trying to get that all settled down.
Well, you can appreciate how tough the Dover-Cambridge game was now, seeing how good the Cambridge really turns out to be. Fowler, the handoff to Ford. Rather goes to the outside to Kafuri. Nice ball fake there. And Kafuri, the end around, loses a couple of yards. And we'll see a little bit more of a hurry up now from the Bobcats, are kind of going away from what got them to where they're at now with a 14-7 lead.
Yeah, they had been running it beautifully.
They were just pounding
between
the football.
Their tackles, yeah, and now sometimes you get a little bit too smart for your own good at times when you're coaching. And, right now, the clock's running down. You got to think they got to try something that involves throwing the football.
Well, they probably want to run some clock now. They don't want to have to necessarily turn the ball over on downs.
Yeah.
And it is third down and 12. Minute and a half to go. Fowler rolling, pulls up, penalty flag down. So this play will, Quakers may just in fact take this play, which would bring up fourth down at about 12. So it'll be an interesting decision by the Quakers as to what they might want to do here with a minute 24 to go.
Yeah, I agree with you, Scott. I'd decline the penalty and make it fourth down.
Of course, if you push it back, a little bit less likely, that they can make a first down. Quakers will play the percentages and decline the penalty.
Now it'll be interesting to see if you're Cambridge, do you go for it or do you just go ahead and punt it deep and figure, hey, they'll just take it to half?
And they'll bring the punt team out. So that, not really too big of a surprise, I guess, as Doherty will come out to kick the football away. Just kind of a pooch punt here, and we'll see if somebody takes a timeout.
Yeah, it looks like Cambridge did take a timeout there.
So it's 14-7 Cambridge leading to Philadelphia. We'll take a timeout. We'll have more in a moment here on Adelphia Cable TV 2.
39-yard line. Mike Doherty in the punt.
And Doherty ready to kick the football away. Low snap picked up by Doherty. They get the kick away. And there's going to be a roughing the punter penalty, a roughing the kicker. And that will certainly put a new light on things here with 55 seconds to go.
Yeah, but I mean, I know the referees, their number one goal is to protect the kids, but man alive, I wouldn't give him a honeycomb glow-in-the-dark ring for that acting performance.
Well, you know, maybe we'll get a chance to take a look at it again here, but certainly the Bobcats taking advantage as a huge penalty marked off here. The roughing the kicker penalty takes the football all the way down to the 25-yard line. Cambridge with 2 timeouts and 55 seconds on the clock.
I mean, you got a game where you guys are hitting each other, they're knocking the snot out of each other, and then, I mean, just a bad call. Don't think it's going to have any indication of the game, but bad call.
The handoff to Fowler. Fowler wrapped up by the Quakers, doing the job at the 25-yard line. Bobcats will take a quick timeout. 14-7, Cambridge leading New Philadelphia. We'll be back with more in a moment here on Adelphia Cable TV 2.
Hello, Crystal Clean.
Every week we spend hours cleaning our homes, but neglect what is causing the dust and dirt. Improve the quality of your indoor air with air duct cleaning. Considering we spend 60 to 90% of our time indoors, it makes perfect sense to clean the source of our indoor air quality problems, our air ducts. For clean, efficient solutions to your air quality problems, call Crystal Clean Air Duct Services at 852-4417.
Celebrating 125 years of serving your community, the Commercial and Savings Bank of Millersburg. Give us a call at 1-800-654-9015 or come in and see us at 6 West Jackson Street in Millersburg.
Central Ohio League battle that is just huge for both teams.
Yeah, and New Philadelphia needs to make a big stand here because if you go down 21-7, I think that could be a serious problem. So need the defense to make a play.
Second down and 10 for the Bobcats. They have 1 timeout remaining. Fowler rolling to his left. Fowler in trouble. Fowler taken down at the 22-yard line.
Number 6.
So Cambridge will hustle back into the huddle. Now they'll take their final timeout.
Number 64.
So the Bobcats take their final timeout.
Third down and 8 now for the
Tackle made
Cats.
by Ron Ross there, who's in on the defensive line.
Nice job, Ronnie. Still don't figure out how he got this football in his blood. I mean, it's got to be the lawless side coming out because he should have been a basketball player.
Kind of recapping the scoring in the first quarter, the Quakers drew first blood on a 10-play, 91-yard drive. A 4th down pass from Alex Miser to Brian Smith from 21 yards out. Put the Quakers on the board first. Arthur Zerker added the extra point. Then in the second quarter early, it was a 21-yard pass from Ben Fowler to Ryan Kafuri. Doherty added the extra point to make it 7-7. Then at the 7:24 mark, after a turnover, a 4-yard run by Ben Fowler completed a long drive. The extra point was good, making it 14-7. Third down and 7. Fowler. The pump fake, throws to the corner, and there's nobody home. It'll be 4th down with 24 seconds to go. And I don't think there's any doubt that the Bobcats will go for it here.
Tell you what, Fowler got a nice arm there. I mean, that went overthrown, but young man showing he could pump it out there, especially throwing back into that wind that's swirling around here at the stadium.
Fourth down and 7, 24 seconds to go. And the Bobcats will stack up wide receivers to the right side. They'll leave Hill in the backfield. Fowler rolling to his right, under pressure, throws across the middle of the field. The wounded duck, no good. And the Quakers hold, which means certainly makes their prospects a lot better in the second half of action, given the fact they're down 14-7, and it could have been worse.
Yeah, and you're right there, Scott, and that could be a turning point in this ball game because looks like Philly might be going down 14 points. We're thinking at least 10, but instead defense rises up, makes a big stop.
So you've got to think the Quakers won't do anything fancy here, that they'll be happy just to get in the locker room with a 14-7 deficit. And I'm going to suspect it may be one of the few times, if if any times this season, that they might have trailed
Yeah, you're
at
right
any
there.
part of the game.
Yep. Uh-oh.
Franklin gets to the outside, has some running room. Still inbounds. And we'll see if the Quakers opt to call timeout. Tiptoe down the sideline.
Number 6, Ben Fowler. Also
And the Quakers now may decide to take a chance with 9 seconds to go. They've got the wind behind them. As the Bobcats lead the Quakers 14-7.
I want to remind the folks again, too, Scott, thank you to our folks, good friends here at Adelphia Cambridge Channel 2. They're giving us their camera feed, enabled us to be able to come down and cover this game tonight. And I want to thank all those folks, and also Dave Gray and the folks here at Cambridge High School for having us in.
Also want to plug the United Way of Tuscarawas County 2004 charity auction coming up on Wednesday, October the 20th at the former Ames location in Newtown Mall. The auction starts at 6 o'clock. We've got a lot of neat items to be auctioned off: a hot air balloon ride, lunch with Miss Ohio, golf packages, celebrity memorabilia, and much more. So you want to check out the United Way auction Wednesday, October 20th at Newtown Mall. Back to action, first down and 10 for the Quakers at their own 44-yard line. Miser looks across the middle of the field, in trouble, loses the football, and the Bobcats may have possession. With 1 second to go, they're going to say no. They'll roll the football out. That'll be the end of the half. As it appeared, the Quakers must have recovered. And that is halftime, with the Cambridge Bobcats leading the New Philadelphia Quakers 14-7. We'll take a break. We'll come back with a look at some halftime statistics and much more. Stay with us here on Adelphia Cable TV 2. Scott Robinson and Roger Dominic with you as we bring this big contest back home to you in Tuscarawas County. And Roger, I know it's been a good first half for both teams, but the Cambridge Bobcats maybe just a little bit of an edge on the stat sheet here at halftime.
Yeah, Scott, when you take a look at it, it isn't very much. Cambridge Bobcats in the first half, 112 yards on the ground, 33 through the air for a total of 145. They were led in the first half by Ben Fowler, their quarterback. Fowler's 2 for 4 in the passing game for 33 yards and a touchdown, and he's carried it 6 times for what's an official 0 yards, but has a touchdown there as well. Stephen Ford, though, has been the story. He carried it 14 times in the first half for 97 yards, and then Ryan Kafuri, he's carried it twice for 7 yards, but he's got the big 21-yard touchdown reception that tied this game up at 7 back in the second quarter. New Philadelphia, 132 total yards in the first half, 45 through the air, 87 on the ground. Alex Miser, 3 for 5 for 45 yards and a touchdown and also an interception. The touchdown was another outstanding pass by the young man in the first quarter to Brant Smith, to 21 yards. Chad Franklin has been exactly what Chad Franklin's been all year, consistent. 12 carries, 79 yards. The big thing, though, is he had the fumble that really gave Cambridge great field position to start their second drive. New Philadelphia, 2 turnovers, none for Cambridge, and in the penalty department, Cambridge was penalized 3 times for a total of 20 yards in that first half. New Philadelphia penalized twice for 29 yards, and Scott, that is our Ember halftime care report.
All right, Roger, thank you very much. And as we talked about it, the scoring began in the first quarter as Alex Miser hit Brant Smith with a 21-yard strike on 4th down, completing a 10-play, 91-yard drive. Arthur Zerker the extra point, making it 7-0 with 6.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. In the second quarter, the Bobcats scored twice on a 21-yard pass from Ben Fowler to Ryan Kafuri and a 4-yard run by Ben Fowler. So at the half, it's 14-7, Cambridge over New Philadelphia. We'll return with third quarter action in a moment as you stay with us here on Adelphia Cable TV 2. We're ready to go.
Number 22, Arthur Zerker. Set to kick off for New Philadelphia.
Yeah, we're ready to begin the third quarter of action here at Cambridge High School. Scott Robinson and Roger Dominic. Engineered by Tim Turelli. all with you from Cambridge as the New Philadelphia Quakers will kick off to begin the third quarter of action. Arthur Zerker is ready to tow it for New Philly. Stephen Ford back deep. And taken, I believe, by Kafuri. Maybe it's Ford. Ford has it. Out across the 30, out to the 32-yard line, where the Bobcats will begin the drive. Ben Fowler, the quarterback, doing a nice job in the first half.
James Bonner, number 7, on the stop for New Philadelphia.
Yeah, and you don't have to be Vince Lombardi, Scott, to know if you're the Quakers, you can't turn the football over. It gave Cambridge great field position on the one scoring drive, and their defense had to make a big stand there late in that first half to prevent another one. So got to handle the football.
If the Quakers come back to win this football game, which obviously we hope they do, certainly you can look back to that as maybe a key to the game. First down and 10 for the Bobcats. The handoff to Ford straight ahead, and this time the Quakers there to stack him up. New Philadelphia coming out a little more aggressive here this second half. I'm sure that Quaker head coach Matt Dennison having some very pointed words with his squad at halftime.
Well, and that is something I'd be interested to see, Scott. Like I said, I thought in that first half, Cambridge a little bit more aggressive. Philly didn't rise to meet their intensity level. But now that maybe Matt Dennison's had a little time to discuss things with them, we'll see a change.
Second down and 9 after a gain of 1. The I formation behind Fowler.
Oh,
The handoff
nice.
to Ford, and he is picked up right there at the line of scrimmage. A huge tackle there by Ryan Blankenship as he takes down Stephen Ford for a loss of maybe 2, making third down and 11.
Boy, and I tell you, he just blew that play up right from the get-go as he destroyed the tackle trying to block him and then gave Ford nowhere to go.
So third down. Nice crowd on hand for tonight's game, given the miserable weather conditions. And we'll see what Cambridge can do. Fowler rolling to his left, under pressure, throws across the middle of the field. Caught by Lanzer, the fumble. Ball still loose on the field, a big pile up. And I'm not sure who may have the football. No signal yet from the officiating crew. But one thing is interesting, they had the first down, the ball popped loose, and it may now be stripped, but the all academic is the Quakers come up with the football.
Boy, and I tell you what, I didn't see, Scott, who it was who came across and laid the wood.
Jim Litz, Roger, that came up with it.
Litz recovered the fumble. Let's see who gets the big stick in there for the Quakers. Boy, number 21, Richard Sandilands, just coming with it hard.
And there are a lot at the bottom of the pile there, so big turnover for the Cambridge Bobcats. And now the Quakers have a chance to maybe get even here. They trail 14-7. The handoff to Franklin, and the pile is moved the other way to the 50-yard line, but the ball will be spotted where his momentum was stopped, but it looks like they're going to have a penalty flag here.
Well, like we said, their defense of Philly had to rise up and create something, and they did there, but they're going to go 10 yards backwards first.
Big holding call. And it will be a big penalty against the Quakers, so you've got to think that Cambridge will take it.
Holding New Philadelphia.
And they'll mark it off.
It's going to be, what, about a 13-yard penalty, Scott, total?
About what it appears to be, as the Quakers now back at their own 45-yard line. And it will be first and 23 with 10:02 to go here in the third quarter.
10 yards from the spot. It'll be first down at 23.
Well, let's see what they can do now. They've got a lot of yardage to make up.
So Miser rolling to his left. He's going to tuck it and not have much running room at all, as Wetherell brings him down for the Bobcats,
Brought down by number 30.
along with Jess East.
Jess East.
So maybe a loss of 1 back to the 44-yard line, where it'll be second down and 24.
Ball on the 44-yard line.
Second down and 24, not your ideal down and distance situation.
No, but the weather isn't going to get any better, so the Quakers need to try and make something happen here. Miser
Screen.
blitzed and throws the ball down into a pile of players, and the pass, I believe, was intended for Brant Smith. It'll be third down and 24. Cambridge just loading up, bringing everybody, because third down and 24, just no sense not to.
Looked like, Scott, they were trying to set up a little screen there. As you see, the left tackle, Ron Ross, just let his guy come. But I think Cambridge does a nice job of sniffing it out.
Quakers, I do not believe, have punted yet tonight, so that certainly could be interesting.
Especially
as Miser looks across the middle of the field, he'll fire it down the field, and the pass nearly intercepted by Fowler. It was intended down there for Richard Sandilands, and it'll be fourth down.
Interesting series for the Quakers as they chose to throw it 3 times. There's the look at the third down play, and that's basically a jump ball situation. You're just hoping Sandilands can go up and get it away from the defender.
Number 22, Arthur Zerker, set the punt. Number 83, Ryan Kafuri.
So on fourth down, Arthur Zerker in the punt for the Quakers. Good snap. Kick is away, and a good kick. Kafuri will let it bounce. And the Quakers are going to be able to pin Cambridge down near the Bobcat 10-yard line. So a great punt by Zerker under the conditions. And now New Philadelphia's defense again trying to hold the Bobcats down as New Philly trails 14-7 against Cambridge.
Yeah, and Scott, while we've got a little bit of time, of course, we'll remind the folks we're working tonight with the folks at Cambridge Cable Channel 2, and we want to thank their folks who work for them, their announcers, Bill Kasler and Bill Calgill, Director Danny McPeak, Andy Stillion running Camera 1, and Jeremy Nicholson on Camera 2, Adrian Marshall, who's taking care of the replays, and Dave Bennett on stats.
So the Bobcats will run the football in an effort to make a little bit of progress as Bo Hill, the carrier. Short gain of maybe 3, second down and 7.
And Hill hasn't carried it since early in this ball game.
Number 52, Mitch Clark on that stop for New Philadelphia.
Clock rolling, 8:15 to play here in the third quarter.
Second down and 6 now.
As the Bobcats face second down and 6. Rose, the lone setback, he'll get the handoff, and he'll get manhandled by the Quaker defense. And boy, it's becoming hard to identify the tacklers as the numbers are becoming obscured. That tackle made by Corey Swinnerman, but it is a little more difficult here as the field, particularly between the 20s, is getting a little bit sloppy.
Tell you what, Corey made a nice play there as he stepped up and met him head on right in the hole.
So a gain on the play, but it still leaves third down and 4 to clean up for the Bobcats. Rose, the tailback. He'll get another carry. And looks like he may be stopped short of the first down. At about the 21-yard line, it's going to be close.
Number 52, Mitch Clark.
Well, if they got it out to the 22, well, they're going to say it is a first down. So our angle not quite as good as we thought. It'll be a first down for Cambridge.
And Rose,
So the Bobcats dodged a bullet there.
and Rose, who comes into this game, Scott, we talked about at top, having 565 yards rushing on the year. Very limited carries in this ball game. I don't know if he's injured or the coaching staff just decided they wanted to give Philly a different look.
So Rose stays in behind Bo Hill in the eye. Kafuri comes wide to the right side, the leading receiver. Fowler calling the signals. The handoff to Rose, and Rose is quickly wrapped up by the Quakers. Don't forget, Jeff Mathias and Pasacra Mathias Realty are proud to bring you the Pasacra Mathias Realty Player of the Game recognition following each and every high school football game here on Adelphia Cable TV 2. If you're thinking of buying or selling your home, call Jeff Mathias and his associates at Pasacra Mathias Realty, 330-364-7761. Second down and 7. as Fowler checks out the Quaker D with the eye behind him. The handoff. That time, and Fowler looks like it might be Ford getting to the outside, and he's got one man to beat, taken down at the 30-yard line. So a huge run as they put Ford back in for the changeup, and it worked successfully against the Quakers all the way down to the New Philly 30-yard line.
Yeah, and you look at it here, at first it looks like, hey, he stopped dead right there in the middle. Urban in there, but he just bounces out, and boy, this young man's got some speed.
That's a 35-yard gain.
So the Quakers, Preston Smith making the touchdown-saving tackle. And the Bobcats with it, first down and 10 as we return to live action. The handoff to the fullback, Hill, and not much room. Down to the 28-yard line, maybe gain of 2.
Ben Carlisle on the stop for New Philadelphia.
Tell you what, if the Bobcats get ahead here by 2 scores, that would not be a good omen for the Quakers.
No, not at all, Scott. And once again, New Philly, they create a turnover this time, but they don't take advantage of it. They get nothing out of it. And when you're playing in big games like this, I can't say it enough, folks, you've got to take advantage of every little opportunity.
Kafuri, the lone wide out wide to the right side, the I formation, the handoff to Ford. He'll try the right side, and he gets wrapped up. And still not taken down that time as Preston Smith, one of the guys there, along with Sandilands and Mark Sexton.
Number 21, Richard.
And it is very close to another first down. This time they'll have to bring the chains across the field.
I've got Ford, Scott, 18 carries, 159 yards in this one, as he's been pretty impressive, to say the least.
On the number 10 tee.
Next Friday, we'll bring you the Indian Valley at Dover contest here on Adelphia Cable TV 2.
I think me and you will be there, won't we?
Yeah, I think we're back again. They're actually going to let us work again. I can't believe it.
I was going to ask you, too, maybe if you could bring Miss Ohio from the auction. We could have brunch or something.
Yeah. She's seen your picture at the post office.
Oh, thanks.
14-7, Cambridge leading New Philadelphia here with 4:48 and counting to play here in the third quarter. Cambridge with it, first down and 10 at the New Philadelphia 19-yard line. The I formation, the hand up to the second man through Ford. Ford runs into a pile.
Ben Fowler hands off to number 23, Stephen Ford.
And the Quakers, Mark Sexton gives him a shot.
Number 32,
brings him down.
Slingerman on the stop.
Gain of maybe a yard, second down and 9.
Second down and 9.
Tell you, Mark Sexton's had a nice ball game for Philly tonight. We've called his name several times. He's been very active from that linebacking spot.
Second down for the Bobcats. They really aren't even showing any likelihood to pass. Fowler tried to take it himself, and he gets flipped over by the Quakers. And a nice play by the Quakers as it's number 19 for New Philadelphia, Mark Sexton again.
Third down, 13.
That looked like one of that big-time wrestling moves there.
Well, it's third down now and 13 after a loss of nearly 4 on the play. Bobcats, though, still show the I formation. Fowler looks to go along to Kafuri. He's down in the corner of the end zone, and it looks like it's intercepted by the Quakers. It might have been Richard Sandilands or Brant Smith. May have been Brant Smith that came up with the pick. And a big turnover for the New Philadelphia Quakers.
Yeah, you take a look at it. Fowler throws it up, and it's great coverage out there, Scott. You got him double bracketed inside and out, and it looks like it is Sandilands, is it, who makes the play?
It is, in fact, Richard Sandilands making the interception. So the Quakers have an opportunity here at their own 20-yard line. They'll have the football. They still trail by only 7 at 14-7. The handoff to Moreland. He rumbles around the right side out across the 25.
Number 45, Lucas Moreland.
So the Quakers with a nice game. Maybe going back to the basics here to do what really got them in a position here to be 7-0 as they stay with the running game. Gain of 5 by Lucas Moreland on first down, second out of 5.
I thought last series was a little bit weird. They'd come out and throw it on 3 downs, and like you said, Scott, I'd like to see him get back to just pounding that football up in between them tackles.
The I formation, Miser, the handoff to Franklin. Franklin keeps the pile moving forward along with the offensive line. He is out near a first down at the 30-yard line.
Franklin stop by number 77, Justin Brendell.
So with the football close to the 30-yard line, it is enough for a first down.
Oh, there you go. 2 plays, 1 first down. So Quakers, like we said, only 2.5 to go third, Scott. You get that tiny touchdown here, man. This game's not much going to be much longer.
So the Quakers, though, with a great opportunity. Certainly still very much in this game. Miser looks to go long, has a man out there. Caught by the Quakers. Grant Smith has it, gets loose, runs to the middle of the field. Smith gets a big block, and he could take it all the way. 10-5, and a touchdown for the Quakers.
Wow, Casey Abel with the block.
Miser's pass complete to number 8.
All the way, 70 yards, and the Quakers right back in this football game. A huge pass from Miser to Brant Smith.
Yeah, and there it is, and he throws up. Look at the adjustment Smith makes on the ball. Great adjustment. Defender never sees it. And then Brant Smith, this is why he's one of the best kick and punt returners in the area. He gets an open field. He's tough. And watch Casey Abel come, folks. He's going to shatter somebody's dreams.
As Zerker comes on to try the extra point, and it's still good. So the missed extra point leaves it Cambridge 14, New Philadelphia 13. You're into the high school football on Adelphia, Cable TV 2.
Back deep for the Cats. Number 23, Stephen Ford. Number 83, Ryan Missouri.
With Cambridge maintaining a 14-13 lead over New Philadelphia, the Quakers will kick it away. Arthur Zerker ready to kick it back to either Ford or Ryan Kafuri. I'm sorry, Ford. And the ball will bounce at about the 30, taken by one of the up men. And the Quakers make quick work
Number 8, Sean
of
Bailey.
the sacrificial lamb that picked up the short kick. And that was number 8 for the Bobcats, Sean Maley, who picked it up.
Number 66, Brandon.
Yeah, I can't remember the last time, Scott, I've seen a high school game that had this good, crisp hitting that we've seen in this game. I mean, there's some pad cracking that's been going on out there all night long.
So the Bobcats with it, first down and 10. They lead 14-13 here as we wind up this third quarter. As the handoff
Number 27,
goes to Hill.
ball carrier.
And a gain out to the 34-yard line. Gain of 4, second down and 6.
New Philadelphia tacklers.
Don't forget the Grandisons, Lois and Jock of Ember Complete Care. Again, proud to bring you the Ember Complete Care wrap-up reports and the half and after the game reports on each event covered here on Adelphia Cable TV 2. Ember Complete Care, it's good to be home. Second down and a long 6. The I formation, the handoff second man through to Ford. And Swinnerman there to help make the stop, along
Number 32, Corey Swinnerman.
with Ryan Blankenship of the Quakers.
Number 19, Mark Sexton Jr. also in on that.
And it'll bring up third down and about 5.
Mr. Swinderman's had himself a nice ball game, too. Played very well.
So the Quakers need a stop here. As the third quarter slowly ticking away. The I formation with Hill and Ford lined up. Rolling to his left, Fowler has some running room, plenty of room for the first down. Out to the 45 and out to the 48-yard line. Brant Smith on the stop, assisted by Corey Swinnerman. That time they spread the field out and gave Fowler a lot of room to work on the interior.
Number 32, Corey Swinderman on that stop.
So the chains move. And another first down for the Bobcats.
Yeah, nice job there by Fowler, recognizing he's got nothing to throw to, so he tucks it, and young man's got nice feet, gets upfield for a first down.
So first down and 10 for the Bobcats. And the handoff to Ford has some running room. And still inbounds, but they say he stepped out about the 40-yard line. Grant Smith hanging on for dear life. Also over to help with the play, Mark Sexton. Another gain of 12, another first down for the Bobcats.
First down and 10.
The clock will stop while they set the chains, but that might be the last play of the third quarter, Scott.
So the first down and 10 for the Bobcats at the Quaker 41-yard line.
Next thing you know, they're going to say he was out of bounds, so we'll have one more.
Fowler, hand off to Ford. Ford tucks in behind his lineman, and that'll be the end of the third quarter of action with Cambridge leading New Philadelphia 14-13. We'll see if it's fourth down. Obviously, if they did not get it, which it does not appear they did, they'll go for it here, I would think, on fourth
Number
down.
62, Ryan Blankenship.
The
Number
Quaker
32, Corey Swinderman on that stop.
34-yard
First down
line.
and 2 now.
Fowler pulls it out, takes it himself.
Yeah, they ran that down on the goal line. That's a good point, Scott. Maybe they do run something like that, a little naked
Fourth
boot.
down and 2. The handoff to Ford. Penalty flag down.